Welcome to a guide for litter registration. First thing is you need your litter registration form that looks just like the one on your screen. Ways to register. First, you can complete the form online. Call the ABA office and obtain username and password. Have breeder number or herd mark and your credit card information available. The second option is to print a form and send to the ABA office. Litter registration forms can be downloaded off the ABA website under the Producers tab. You can mail, email, or fax the complete litter registration form to the ABA office. Here are some things to know before we get started. Know your breeder number, also known as your account number and/or owner number. Find your herd mark. May be found on a previous invoice. If you don't have a herd mark, you should fill out a membership application form and the ABA will set you up with a herd mark of your choice. Make sure the sow is in the breeder's name and number that you want the litter recorded under. Know dam and sire's ear notches. Know dam and sire's registration numbers. If you breed the gilt or sow with your own boar, make sure he's stress tested and DNA banked. If you ordered semen from someone else, that person will send the AI certificate into the ABA office, but you must order the AI certificate from that person. 4 examples to register a litter. First, you own the boar and the sow. Second, you own the sow and used AI semen. Third, you purchased a bred gilt that was bred with AI semen. Fourth, you purchased a bred gilt that was bred to a herd boar located at the breeder's farm. On the top left corner of your sheet, you will see owner's contact information. Be sure to fill the top part completely out and write as clearly as possible. For these examples, Mark Miller is the owner of the litters. First thing he does is write out his name, address, town, state, zip code, and his phone number. As we move across the sheet to the right, it has your owner's herd mark and number. Always provide your herd mark and breeder number. If you have any questions, please send ABA an email. It is the fastest way to receive a response. As you can see, Mark's owner's herd mark is MMR. Owner's breeder number is 42251 and puts his email, mark.miller52@gmail.com. Before you register a litter, the service sire must be tested for stress and DNA banked. Before you can register a litter, you must stress test and DNA bank the boar. This should be done immediately after you breed your sow or gilt. In order to do this, first order a blotter card from the ABA. Follow the directions that come with the card and mail back to the ABA office. You may also send your blotter card and litter registration form together to the ABA office. Example 1. You own the boar and the sow. First, know the dam and sire's ear notch. In this case, the dam's ear notch is 1-1 and the sire's is 4-9. Next, you need to know the registration number. The gilt is 133001001 and the boar's is 128001009. You can find this on the top left corner of your registration paper. Litter number is very important. Since this is the first litter born on Mark's farm this year, he ear-notched every pig in the litter with a 1 notch in the pig's right ear, which is what he put in the litter number box. Farrow date was 1/1 of 2015. Under ear notches of boars, he ear notched them 1, 2, 5, 6, and 7. When you castrate boars to make barrows, you will put an X next to its individual notch to indicate it was castrated. Since pig 5 and 6 were castrated, they are now 5X and 6X. If you haven't castrated at the time you record the litter, record all males as boars. Continuing example 1. If you like to name the boars in the litter, Underneath you will see boar name. That is where you can put the name. In this case, he named his boars Lucky Charm. So every boar in this litter will be named Lucky Charm. If you choose not to name the boars, they will take their father's name. In the next column, it reads, ear notches of gilts. There you will put each gilt's individual notch, so 3, 4, and 8. Again, same as the boar, you are allowed to name the gilts. He named his gilt Lucy, so each gilt's name is Lucy. If you choose not to name the gilts, then they will take their mother's name. Next column reads, breeder name and address. Since Mark Miller is the breeder and owner of these hogs, he does not need to fill this part out. The last yellow highlighted part reads, number of pigs, and under that there are sections, total born and born alive. His gilt had 10 total pigs born, but only 8 were born alive. Example 2. You own the sow and used AI semen. Same as the example before, the boar has to be stress tested and DNA banked. Instead of you doing it, you have to ask for an AI certificate from the person or boar stud you bought the semen from. Call the boar stud or person you bought semen from and order your AI certificate before sending in your litter registration form. You must know the boar's name and either the farrowing date of the litter or the date the semen was ordered. If you didn't get the ear notch or registration number of the boar, put the sire's name and the place you bought it from so we can match the AI certificate. Ear notch of both dam and sire. The dam's ear notch is 10-1 and the boar's is 8-1. Registration number is the next to know. Mark knows his gilt's registration number is 112011001. When he called the boar stud, he asked for the boar's registration number, which is 113576001. Litter number is the next column, and this is very important. Mark has already had 1 litter this year, so this litter was ear notch 2 since it was the second litter born on his farm. Continuing example 2. His gilt farrowed on 3/9/2015. Ear notches of boars were 3, 4, and 8. Again, he castrated pig 3 and 8, meaning they are now written down as 3X and 8X. He wants the boar notch number 4 to keep the sire's name, so he doesn't put a name next to boar name. 5 gilts are born in this litter, and he ear notched them 1, 2, 5, 6, and 7. As before, he raised this gilt so he does not have to fill out breeder name and address. There were 8 pigs total born and 8 born alive. Example 3. You purchased a bred gilt that was bred with AI semen. Mark purchased a bred gilt from Joe Smith. From his registration paper, he knows his bred gilt's ear notch is 1-1, and registration number is 132691001. He forgot to ask for the boar's ear notch and registration number when he bought the gilt, so instead he went onto the boar stud's website and found his information there. His ear notch was 3-4 and registration number 156874004. This was his 3rd litter born this year, so the pigs were ear notched as 3s. His gilt farrowed on 7/25/2015. From the litter, 7 of them were boars. He realized he didn't want to keep any of his boars, so he castrated them all. So on the form he puts X next to each castrated pig. 3X, 4X, 5X, 7X, 8X, 11X, and 12X. He had 5 gilts ear notching them 1, 2, 6, 9, and 10. Since he did not breed this gilt, he puts Joe Smith's information. Joe Smith, P.O. Box 37, Camden, Ohio, 45311. The gilt had total born 13 pigs, but only 12 were born alive. Example 4. You purchased a bred gilt that was bred to a herd boar at the breeder's house. Mark purchased a bred gilt from Sam Storm on his online bred gilt sale. The first step is to get the gilt transferred into his name. He called Sam, and he had already sent the registration paper into the ABA office to be transferred. Sam bred the gilt with his herd boar, Big Bear 2-3, registration number 158463003 on May 2nd, 2015. Mark called Sam to make sure that he had stress tested and DNA banked his boar, which he had. Sam should give Mark a breeding certificate, which needs to be sent in with the litter registration form. From the pedigree he received in the mail for the gilt, he wrote down the gilt's ear notch, 12-2, and registration number 166785002. She is the fourth hog on his farm to farrow this year, so her pigs will be ear-notched 4 litter. She had the 6 pigs on 8/26/2015. Continuing example 4. 3 of the pigs were boars. He decided to castrate all of them, so on the form they are 1X, 2X, and 5X. The other 3 were gilts, and they are ear-notched 3, 4, and 6. As before, he fills out the breeder's information. Sam Storm, 553 County Road 5, Carbondale, Illinois, 62901. She had 6 total born, and all 6 were born alive. Shaded area of the litter registration form. The shaded area of the litter registration form is optional. Here is information on what each box means. The shaded area is broken into 2 sections. The first section reads, number of pigs, and below says, after transfer. This is the number of pigs the sow had an opportunity to raise after the litters are cross-fostered, meaning you drafted piglets from one sow to another sow to even out litters, or because a sow is unable to take care of her piglets. For example, a sow had 4 pigs and another sow had 12 within a couple of days of each other. You could cross-foster 4 pigs from the sow that had 12 to the sow that had 4. Before you transfer the pigs over, you have to ear notch to identify which pigs goes to each mother. The next section of the shaded area reads 21-day information. Below it reads, number weighed. Include all the pigs the sow nursed. Litter weight. Total weight of the litter. Weights must be taken between 14 and 28 days of age. Date weighed. This is the date when the litter was weighed. Weights must be taken between 14 and 28 days of age. Parity. This is the number of litters a sow has farrowed. A parity of 1 is a sow with her first litter. A 2 is a sow with her second litter, etc. This is what the complete litter registration form looks like. Note, if you don't do online registration, you can mail, email, or fax your litter registration forms into the office. Helpful tips. You are allowed to start over at litter notch 1 after July 1st, if you would like, but you do not have to. When you are ear notching the pigs, each pig will have the same litter number ear notch, but there is no specific order you have to notch the piglets individually. If you would like to, here are what others do. Smallest to biggest, boars notched first, then gilts, or vice versa. Boars even numbers, gilts odd numbers, or vice versa, or just as you pick the pigs up. Continuing helpful tips. Litters are less expensive if recorded within 90 days from farrowing. In these examples, the due dates are spread out pretty far from each other. You can send in a litter registration form with only 1 litter or fill up to 8 litters. Each litter needs to be filled out across the form, not down the form. First-class mail can take up to a week each way. For more information, go to our website at www.americanberkshire.com.